Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Dorrani and Alex from VG247. How are you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm good. It's really busy for reasons that I'm sure people watching this when it goes up will learn next week. But I've seen some stuff this week that I thought we should have a quick chat about.
Just a quick look. What have you seen? Tell me what you've seen.
So I've seen the Black Panther add-on for Marvel's Avengers, which of course is the Square Enix Avengers game, the servicey game. So they've got Black Panther coming. The update is called War for Wakanda. Obviously, the big thing there is it adds Black Panther as a playable hero. Black Panther comes with all the gear and all the outfits and heroics and all that stuff you would expect that all the others have. But also, there's all these new campaign missions that are set in a new area, in a new biome, as they call them in Avengers, which is the jungles of Wakanda. It's so it's a mix basically. It's a new character that you can take into old content and into the multiplayer and stuff like that. But it is this campaign mission that you can go ahead and play that basically delivers on a Black Panther Wakanda themed story experience in this game.
It looks pretty cool. Does this add enough for the players? I know that Marvel's Avengers did have sort of a replayability issue. Do you think this is going to add more replayability?
So, to be clear, I've seen around about an hour of gameplay. I haven't had a chance to play it.
Okay.
So, from what I've seen, where they basically showed us the first couple of missions of the story mode, so we get to see a lot of Black Panther gameplay and stuff like that. It's more of the same, for better or for worse. So if you enjoyed Avengers and you want more Avengers, this is more Avengers, and you've got a new character who plays in a different way, which is exciting. If you want something that's truly different, tough luck. It feels very similar to me. So, you've got Black Panther, they've got some new villains. Those new villains have some new grunt enemies. But it's like Swerving Claw, who obviously is also, it's a classic Marvel character that appears as a nemesis of Black Panther often. Also, one of the main antagonists, the secondary antagonist, let's say, in the Black Panther movie. So there's a version of him in this, and he has mercenaries, but those mercenaries are very similar to the soldiers that you fight all the way through Avengers, where they come in different categories. There's the heavy ones where you have to break down their armor, and there's the light ones and the basic ones and the fast ones and the sniper ones, and all that sort of stuff seems to have just carried over here. And I also saw a glimpse of Crossbones, another classic Marvel villain, seems to be working for Claw in this. He has a big ass Gatling gun.
Also, he's not playable. Oh, it's a.
These are the enemies. And I saw a boss battle where you had to fight him, but really your objective was to destroy the power cells of a cannon that's being shot at Wakanda, and so you've got to beat him down until he's down for a second, then attack the cores, and then when he gets back up, go back and disable him again, stuff like that. Anyway, to your original question, is there enough? It seems like there's a hell of a lot of content here, and in the presentation before I saw the gameplay, they sort of dropped this fact, which I thought was interesting, which was after the Black Panther expansion is out, they reckon there's 25 hours of story campaign missions to play, which is a lot of content.
That's a lot.
And there was a lot in the original game as well, but they did the Hawkeye stuff before this, and they're presumably going to do more campaign stuff as well with future characters, and so that's pretty cool. So if you want a Black Panther game, you could always just play this as a standalone Black Panther campaign that's a couple of hours long, right? Don't know how long it's going to be, but I saw an hour's worth. I'm going to guess it's at least 2 or 3 hours. It's fine.
It looks pretty cool. I think it's really hard to when the core foundations of the game, as in just being Marvel's Avengers without any expansions, when they're sort of a bit rocky, what they add onto it is always going to be a bit, okay. But it seems like they added more than just the expansion. So there's I think I saw that there is a UI overhaul for the menus. I heard the menus were quite a rough point for the game. Just the
well, they've done a lot of updates over time. They've improved the game in a lot of ways since launch.
Yeah.
But what I saw in the preview stuff was, this is your Black Panther expansion. It is not necessarily addressing issues with the game. It's just adding content. They've done plenty of addressing of issues. And actually, if you played this game at launch and certain aspects of it left you cold, they've definitely addressed some of those. The big one was that you couldn't take multiples of the same hero into multiplayer. So if you and your friend both wanted to play Hulk, one of you had to sacrifice. Now, if you want to do a multiplayer session, have 4 Hulks, you can do that, which is cool because it's not canon or whatever. But it's like if that's what you want to do, then who cares, right? It's a video game; it's fun. But this is obviously just focused on Black Panther. A lot of those characters are in there. So
do you see T'Challa's face?
Yeah, it's actually interesting. In the entire footage I saw, he only takes his cowl off once and only for about 30 seconds. But you do see his face. He's got a great voice actor. There seems to be some fun versions of these characters of like Shuri and Okoye and all that sort of stuff. So I've got a lot of time for all that stuff. The core Avengers are in this as well. So a little way into the campaign footage I saw, the Avengers show up at Wakanda, and at that point then it's Black Panther and the Avengers. So you've got him interacting with Captain America and Tony Stark and Kamala Khan.
I see Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop as well. They're all fighting. You'll see in the gameplay.
Yeah, I didn't see in the stuff that I saw, I didn't see any Kate, but I saw the others. And it seemed like they all had new dialogue for those missions. We'll see if it is indeed all of them, because it's like I saw Black Widow but didn't hear her speak once. But like definitely like Stark, Cap, Kamala, Miss Marvel, I saw dialogue from them, which is cool. So they haven't just gone and done an enclosed thing with this new Black Panther cast. They've brought it into the wider universe they're building with this. And I want to say, so the footage that I saw was the PS5 version. It was clearly early in that there was some interesting little bits here and there that were just like buggy bits, but it looked really nice. The jungles of Wakanda look really nice. Like there's a lovely smoggy nature to them. The sort of cloudiness you get in thick jungle. And Black Panther looks fun. He's obviously a close range focused fighter, but he does have like throwing knives. Also, like he can throw a spear, which is like the spears that his honor guard have. And I mean, it's
the moves do look really good. The moves look cool. Like the thing about this game for me, like I know people who love this game and they just want it to do better, and I kind of hope this expansion adds something for them to play. I know it's not for everyone, but at least the people who are enjoying it, I've seen people voice that they are excited for this expansion. And it's a character that everyone loves as well. Everyone, I don't know anyone who doesn't like Black Panther ever since he went mainstream. Of course, he's been in the comics for ages, but since he was introduced to the wider world in the cinematic universe, like a lot of people have found a love for the Wakandan people, T'Challa, his whole story and what it represents. So I'm happy for people who enjoy this game.
And what I think is interesting is actually the other Avengers have all they have a rich history in video games. Like you go back and like I remember I had Captain America and the Avengers on the Mega Drive. That's a great game. And stuff like that. And so they have a history in video games, but a lot like with the Guardians of the Galaxy game that Square Enix is also doing, this is a chance for them to do a version of these characters and this world. And really, in terms of a visual moving, a cinematic venue, this is only the second version. So there's been versions of the Guardians, right? But the Guardians weren't a superhero team that had a big cartoon or had video games or whatever. So we got the film version and we got this new game version. And the same thing for Black Panther, right? So it's really interesting to see their version of Wakanda and the ways in which it's similar to the film version and the ways in which it's different. I really like that this version of Wakanda seems like a real intertwining of the natural world and the technological world. They have sort of very traditional, almost like tribal building techniques in some places where things are lashed together with with rope and stuff in some of the caves that you're in. But then that stuff is right next to this supernatural sci-fi technology.
Yeah. You can see it in the gameplay as well.
Yeah, and like there was some footage in the stuff that I saw of, you get to walk around the palace like it's a hub zone, like the what is it called? The helicarrier. The Avengers helicarrier. You can walk around that, and as you walk around, the guards give you the Wakandan salute as you walk through rooms. You got Shuri's lab, which is like super high tech. Obviously, it's got a war table, so it functions similarly, I guess, to the main hub. And I think all that stuff is really, really cool. It's just that thing of, even watching the gameplay, I was like, I could feel some of the same issues I had with Avengers creeping back in. It's like playing as a rad character, but then just fighting really boring robots and drones or humans with guns. I'm like,
it's a downer.
But I think if you've made your peace with that, which I think a lot of Avengers players have, this looks like a really high quality, really great expansion, which is cool.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. The gameplay looks good for those who want to stick around with the game and can't nothing else to say, really. Nothing else to say.
I will go back, is what I'd say. I intend to go back and play this. I intend to reinstall the PC version and at least play through the Black Panther campaign. And so if Square Enix's goal here, if Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, their goal is to encourage people back to the game, from what I've seen, they've succeeded, at least for me. If I'm going to stick around beyond playing the campaign, that's another question. I think they've still got some work to do there. But we do have more heroes come in. We've got at least Spider-Man on the PlayStation version of the game, for instance. Yeah. So we'll see where things go.
Last question. Are you able to, say, for example, if me, who's never played Marvel's Avengers, if I wanted to hop in and just play the War for Wakanda expansion, is that an option, or do I have to do all sorts of... I don't
know. I think you will have to play a little bit of the main story to sort of get your intro and get your tutorials out of the way.
Yeah.
But then I imagine, they didn't explicitly say this, but I imagine you will be able to just hop into this then. At that point.
Okay.
It's quite an open-ended game. Once you get to the point in the story where you have access to the helicarrier and the war table and stuff like that, which is, I would say, about an hour in, an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
You can pretty much, you've got open reign to do what you want, to join other people in multiplayer, whatever. So I'm sure that's possible.
Yeah. And when is it out?
I don't know. That's a really good question. Oh, it's I've got it in front of me. I was looking at my notes then, like, oh my god, he's asked me a question. August the 17th. So it's out in about next week basically. From the time this goes up. So yeah, I'll take a look at it, and I might write something on the site as well. But yeah, it's interesting, and I look forward to seeing. The one thing I will say is, however I feel about this game, and some of the choices it makes as a video game, I do really enjoy the version of the Marvel Universe they're building here.
Yeah.
And so seeing it expanded in this way is really exciting.
Definitely. Right. Marvel's Avengers, War for Wakanda. Keep a lookout. If you like it, let us know in the comments as well. Let us know what you guys think. If you're a Marvel Avengers fan, and make sure you check out our website, VG247. That has been Dorrani and Alex. Peace out, guys.
See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed it. It's free and you can always unsubscribe at any time. Take a look at our other videos if you like. Also, check out VG247.com for around the clock gaming news and updates.